5, 4, 3, 2. Welcome back to another Alpha Club Spotlight series. This is your boy People's Market, and I am beyond bullish to be sitting down today with the legendary Clover Nodes, who is a network builder for World Mobile, and I am beyond honored to be able to be onboarded today as an official community member as we deep dive into the seamless experience and all the value that World Mobile has to offer. So on that note, let's get ready to soak up that alpha. How we doing today, Clover Nodes?
LFG, LFG. I love the intro. Wow, what energy, my man. I love it. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Always a bullish day. I will say that it is an honor to sit down with you. I know that we had a lot of interactions in the past, and when we met in LA, we truly strengthened our bonds. So it is an honor to say I'm officially going to become a World Mobile community member because of all the value that you and World Mobile have brought to Web3. So I'm excited to hop on this journey with y'all.
As we like to say it in the World Mobile land, you have been officially yellow pilled. You've taken that yellow pill, my friend.
And I am ready to take even more yellow pills because this is not the only device I will be onboarding to World Mobile. I'm getting my entire family onto the service. Why? Because we love value. We love seamless experiences. And above all, we love teams and communities that truly believe in pioneering a beautiful new world. It's not just about onboarding because you want people to use your product. It's about onboarding because we want to solve real world problems out there on chain.
100%.
So,
absolutely.
On that note, my brother, if you don't mind, will you let the community know who exactly is World Mobile and what are you guys doing here in Web3 and what's your overall mission?
Let's go. Yeah, so let's start with who Clover Notes is. Well, my name is actually Cal, but I also go by Clover Notes online. And I've been deeply involved with World Mobile for the past couple years, not just from a content or a community side, but actually operating within the network itself. So I'm an official ambassador of World Mobile, as well as an Earth node operator. I am a air node operator. As a matter of fact, I am the very first air node operator within the United States. So I've had the opportunity to see how the World Mobile model works and performs in real world. It's not just in theory, right? So right now, my main focus is a network builder here in the Los Angeles area, where I'm currently working on activations. I'm working on building local community. I'm bringing awareness to the project, and I am focused mainly in this market as we speak right now, because we know that the United States has a very, very high demand, and it has a very high ARPU is what we call it. But we also have discovered that United States is also very horribly connected. There's about 11% of the population in the United States that lacks connectivity, and there is lots of millions of children and a lot of land that's still not covered well. But then there's also markets in the United States. For example, we can use a top NBA champion called Tristan Thompson that actually reached out to World Mobile, and we connected his house last summer. He lives in a very prominent area called Calabasas here in the United States. And you would think that celebrities like him have access to a very good connectivity because of high income. But believe it or not, this is a really badly connected area. So World Mobile stepped up and went out there and connected his house beautifully now. And he doesn't only have connectivity, but he also has privacy. So we can touch up a little bit more as to how World Mobile provides privacy to its customers a little bit later on. But yeah, a little bit more about me. I co-lead World Mobile Alliance, which is really centered around educating the wider community what World Mobile is. We host bi-weekly X Spaces. We do YouTube Lives every weekend. And This is really what I do with the community building and education, and how I'm focused really on just bringing value to the Web3 space in general and to educate people and show them what World Mobile is.
I absolutely love that. So at the Alpha Club, our ethos is actually knowledge, value, and education, which is exactly why when we connected and we really started to deep dive into what not only Clover Nodes is doing, but World Mobile as a whole, I truly understood, as you just mentioned, that you are here to bring real world solutions on chain. And it's not just about making a buck, it's about truly changing the world and letting people understand that there are different options out there, not just your normal duality that we all know of in the telecom world, but you actually have businesses out there that are for the people. And that's what we
Right.
needed. Companies that are for the people, which is why, again, I'm very honored to be yellow pilled, as y'all like to put it. And I'm just looking forward to not only taking the Alpha Club and Saga DAO communities to the next level with World Mobile, but truly bring that value to Web3 as a whole.
And you know what? I understood that the first time I met you and we clicked in LA because you really truly understand what World Mobile stands before I even explained it to you. I mean, it's obvious that you put community first, and it's absolutely my pleasure for you to be joining up and be part of our community, because it really means a lot to me when people as driven as you actually take that step forward and say, okay, I now understand why it makes a total difference to reclaim my power back from the legacy networks, but also to join an entire community. It's not even a community anymore. It's more of a movement now, right? That World Mobile has created. So I'm super excited. But yeah, I'm happy to dive deeper as to what World Mobile is and what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I mentioned, I personally will be onboarding my device live today during this Alpha Club Spotlight series. So if you don't mind, if you can just dive into the different packages and maybe the use cases that different people may need when it comes to World Mobile. I know some of us are big into DPIN, so we may need a little more data on our devices. There are people who travel around the world. And I know that World Mobile has a package that fits everybody's needs, which is extremely important. So if you don't mind, let's go ahead and dive right in.
Yeah. Well, let's jump back a little bit and let's explain to our viewers or listeners who's going to see this what World Mobile really is. So, World Mobile is a blockchain-based mobile network operator. So, at its core, it's solving a very simple but also a very massive problem around the world. So, billions of people are still either unconnected or they are actually overpaying for poor connectivity, kind of like what I explained earlier with Tristan Thompson, right, and Los Angeles. So instead of building telecom infrastructure in a traditional way, right, which centralized and which is centralized and extremely expensive, World Mobile uses a sharing economy model. So think of us like the Airbnb, but for telecom infrastructure. People can actually own a piece of the network, right? And they can operate nodes, they can, provide coverage like I'm doing here in Los Angeles, and they can actually earn from real usage. So I mentioned earlier on, I was the first air node operator here in the United States, and I've been actually earning for the past 2.5 years, and I make about 40 return on my investment, which is absolutely mind blowing for real users connecting to the network. So this is what makes World Mobile so special, is that they provide real coverage for people around different type of areas. For example, right now we serve Reno, Nevada. We have beautiful connectivity there, and we have real customers that are joining the network every single day. So people like you or me can actually provide that coverage, and they can connect with a host and put a little type of radio called an air node on top of their house and earn from that. But yeah, happy to also dive deeper into what really makes World Mobile different, and also our 4 new packages that were just released in the United States that you're going to be subscribing to today.
That's right. Now, before we dive deeper into that, as somebody who's always been a DPN DGen and I love deploying hardware, can we go a little bit deeper about what it takes to actually deploy for World Mobile and what the cost will look like for anybody out there listening who is interested?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have 2 models at the moment, and one of the models is actually infrastructure that's already been deployed in Asia, specifically in Pakistan, which are ready to service air nodes that have already been placed in either a business or a person's home, and you would go to our platform and purchase one of these devices. Now, I told you earlier that I'm part of the World Mobile Alliance, and we actually a distributor of World Mobile. So if you go to our website, you can actually purchase one of these air nodes in bundles right now. The way World Mobile does it is they do it in batches. So every 2 weeks, a batch comes on, and people can actually purchase one of these air nodes, which is again already installed in someone's either business or in someone's home, and it's ready to earn. Right, we've recently released a new type of air node called an Ember node, which acts. It's a little bit different from the Sparks. It does provide connectivity still, but it sits a little bit higher in the network usage, right? So it's connected. It provides connectivity to partner networks and to these Spark air nodes that I mentioned. So again, just a different type of infrastructure that anyone can purchase. Now, in the United States, it works a little bit differently. You're going to have to be connected with a host, right, that either has access to a rooftop or owns one of these rooftops. So the Airbnb model, right? So you reach out through the AirNode platform that World Mobile has, and then you make a contract with them. A third party goes out, installs the AirNode, and off you go. You both start earning, right? So the host is earning, and you're also earning as an operator. And by the way, you can be an operator from anywhere around the world as long as you're not part of a sanctioned country. You can own one of these AirNodes as long as they're available.
So a third party actually comes out and helps you with the installation.
Right. So this is where the shared economy comes, right? So this is another aspect of it. I mean, anyone, for example, it doesn't have to be a third party company. It can actually be the host if they really have the knowledge and the know-how how to put this node up, right? But some of these nodes that we have are CBRS. You're going to need some sort of qualifications, install these nodes. So yeah, I mean, ideally a third party company that has that qualification needs to come out and put that infrastructure up on the roof. But then again, like there's so many different types of air nodes available. The idea here is that we do have network builders now, right, which are going to be in charge of having all of that done. So getting these qualifications, getting the customers onboarded, getting that infrastructure up and ready. Now, what really sets us apart though is how we actually go about the business model. So there's different DPN projects out in our space right now. You know, they focus on getting customer acquisition a little bit differently than World Mobile. So what World Mobile discovered is that we first need customers to service before putting this infrastructure up, right? So this is our goal right now with World Mobile is we go out, we find the customers, right? And then the next step is to service them with these air nodes that anyone around the world can actually purchase. So this is the way the sharing economy is structured within the United States.
Now, this is what I like to call true decentralization and true alpha. Now, again, to anybody out there who is listening to this Alpha Club Spotlight series, if you are interested in deploying, make sure to check out all the official links in the post below. And please feel free to reach on out and we will answer any questions that you may have. Now, you also mentioned that when it comes to the actual onboarding experience for the mobile plans, that there are different packages for different needs. Do those go hand in hand with the deployments of these devices, or are those two separate entities?
Yeah. So what makes World Mobile plans different in a sense is really comes down to 3 things, right? So it's the model, first of all, and then it's the privacy, and then I think it's the alignment with the user. So first, the model itself. I mean, if you think about traditional carriers, they're pretty centralized, right? So you pay your bill, and the value goes pretty much one direction only, right? But with World Mobile, we've built a shared economy. So the network itself, it's owned and operated by participants like me and you. And that kind of changes how the value flows through the entire system, right? So the second thing, it's actually privacy. And most carriers have full visibility into your data and as well as your behavior. And World Mobile really flips that model and builds privacy directly into these plans. So we have a VPN that doesn't sit on top of your plan, essentially. It's not like a standard customer VPN, it's built within the network. So your traffic starts from our core and it's already encrypted through this VPN. It's actually a pretty cool way to protect your data. I mean, it does not exist right now with any other carrier. So you really are reclaiming your power back from legacy models when you join World Mobile, knowing that your data is actually fully protected and private. I don't know if you saw or not recently, but WhatsApp is being sued right now for data leaks, as well as the CEO of Telegram coming on and saying, "Hey, you can trust us. Trust me, bro. Like we would have never leaked your data, right? Your data is fully private with us. But then how do you actually prove that, right? Well, with World Mobile, we have IDPRs, right, which actually run on our blockchain, and that's the encrypted user data that you can actually recall as a customer at any point. So we can prove to you that your data has never been sold to any third parties, and that's what really truly sets us apart, right? We're a fully private mobile network operator ran by community and people. And the third thing I mentioned earlier is it's alignment, right? So again, with traditional telecom networks, you are the product, your data is monetized, and here you're actually incentivized to use your network. So I know me and you talked a little bit about it before, but we actually have something called Premier Rewards within our phone plans. So any customer can actually utilize these Premier Rewards by purchasing our token, which is WMTX from the open market. And then you get a 2.5% discount on your plan, payback in our token, right? And that's the very bare minimum that you would get as a customer if you want to join these Premier Rewards. So really think about this. Like you're getting 2.5% back for staking WMTX against your plan, and that would never be offered through a traditional telecom operator like, let's use Verizon, for example, or AT&T. They're only here to extract from you, and World Mobile actually gives you back through these Premier Rewards.
Well, that statement actually stands true not just for legacy companies, but other Web3 mobile providers that we all know very well. Unfortunately, from my experience, they're not about the community anymore. They have grown to be like these legacy companies, where unfortunately we are just a way to be extracted so they can continue to build their profits. As somebody who has been an OG in this deep end game, I've seen the growth. And don't get me wrong, we want to mature this industry. We want people to truly be onboarded, but we need to stay true to the ethos. And that's, again, why World Mobile stood out to me, because even though World Mobile is growing, they haven't steered away from their true vision, which is, again, to provide value back to their customers, which at the end of the day, I don't feel like a customer. I feel like a family member. And that's how we should feel like when we get onboarded to these different brands and projects. Now, if you don't mind, for the audience, what blockchain is the token built on?
Yeah, so we are a layer 3. It's called World Mobile Chain, and we're a layer 3 sitting on top of Base. So everything we do settles to Base.
Okay, so as long as you have a wallet that's compatible with the Base network, then you can fully participate in the rewards that come from World Mobile.
Yeah, absolutely. All you need is an EVM-based wallet, and you're able to interact with the World Mobile Chain.
It's that seamless, ladies and gentlemen. It's literally that seamless. And again, I'm going to be very transparent. I've never been the most tech savvy person. Okay. It's not something that I always chased after. But once I got heavy into deep end and I truly started to understand just how important it is to take our sovereignty back when it comes to our data. This is again where I see the true value in World Mobile. And as you mentioned, you have over 3 million active users. That is absolutely tremendous, especially in an industry that, in my opinion, is still in its infancy. We still have a lot of room to grow. But when it comes to onboarding, I feel that too many companies out there have focused on the onboarding, but not the customer retention side. And for me, customer retention means delivering one, a seamless experience, but two, amazing customer support. That is something that I feel truly keeps your customers engaged with your brand and your company. And I can already say, even without fully being onboarded yet, I've already received that amazing customer service. I was able to sit down with Clover Notes and really get all the information before making my decision to make that switch over. And again, it's not just my personal device, it's going to be my entire household. But that is the decision that we made because we believe in the ethos that World Mobile stands on.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's been a pleasure working with you so far. And you've really, as I said earlier, understood the mission of what World Mobile is trying to do here in the United States and around the world. And I'm super happy that today we get to do it live and kind of showcase how easy it is to actually become a World Mobile subscriber.
Absolutely. Now, before we dive into that, we're going to drop some exclusive alpha for all of our active listeners out there. So it is our absolute honor and pleasure to be affiliates now of World Mobile. Now, what does that mean? That means that if you are a part of the Alpha Club and the Saga DAO, you will have access to our affiliate code. But it goes even deeper than that because we love giving back to Web3 as a whole. We will share our affiliate codes with all of your friends out there. So again, make sure you check out all the official links in the description below. Make sure you keep those notifications on X and YouTube because we are out here to spread the World Mobile value. Now, on that note, it's time to officially get onboarded and become yellow pilled.
Let's go. That's amazing. I just want to let everyone know that if you do use the Sagadao code that you can find in the description down below, you're going to get your first month half off. So that's a huge benefit.
Did we just hear that, Alpha? 50% off. Now, here's something that I want everybody to understand. When we talk about life-changing money, that doesn't mean thousands or millions of dollars at one time. Life-changing means being able to have discounts here, a little bit of faucets of income there. That allows you to continue to build your foundation in life so you can move forward and continue on your mission to get all of your goals accomplished. So when I know that I'm about to get 50% off my first month's bill, that lets me know like, wow, I just saved money for my next month's bill, so on and so forth. So again, it's not about making thousands of dollars at one time. It's about getting savings and being able to continue forward because your foundation is built. So I am beyond pumped because again, not only am I getting yellow pilled, but I'm getting 50% off today. And every single legend out there that onboards using our official affiliate code, you will also be receiving 50% off so you can continue on your journey to complete all your goals and dreams.
Absolutely. You're reclaiming power back, man. I'm super happy. Super stoked.
Absolutely. So I have my device in my hand. I have my port out information, which includes my PIN number and account number ready to go. And I'm ready to take my yellow pill.
Yes, sir. By the way, for all of the listeners, before joining World Mobile, there is a couple things that you need to make sure you have available, right? So as Pierre said right now, you need your port out PIN and your account number, but then you also need a eSIM compatible phone, which needs to be unlocked, right? So if you are currently paying off your device with one of the legacy network operators, make sure you check that. Another cool thing with World Mobile is that you can actually still take out a phone plan to test out the product and have 2 SIM cards. So for example, on my current iPhone, I actually am able to have 2 SIM cards, right? So let's say if you're an AT&T and you just want to check out how World Mobile is, how the connection is, what the bars look like compared to AT&T, you can still, right, have your current mobile network operator and still take out a SIM. And if you're happy with the service, then you can make the port at that point. So just wanted to say that.
And once again, that's what makes World Mobile completely different from any other service out there. Because once again, I have tried other Web3 phone providers, and that was never offered to me. It's you're literally able to test the product before making that full leap to get yellow pilled. And to me, again, that shows me that you're about your community. You are about the actual experience that your customers are receiving. And that's what keeps us so engaged and wanting us to continue on this mission with you.
100%. Customer first and always.
That's right. So I do have my device in my hand. Clover Notes did send me over his affiliate link because I want to support him. That's what we do at the Alpha Club and the Saga DAO. So I will go ahead and be screen sharing the entire process, and let's dive right in. World Mobile, and there we go. Okay, so as y'all can see, we are officially at the World Mobile website. Once you click your official link using the affiliate codes in the description below, it will take you to this screen, which you'll be able to onboard into the World Mobile family. But today, we're going to show you how seamless this experience is, especially coming from someone who, again, hasn't always been the most tech savvy person, but has had an amazing experience already with World Mobile. Now, Clover Notes, if you don't mind, can you explain to us the different packages and maybe what people should look for when choosing the package that they would like?
Absolutely. Yes. So we have 5 different packages, but today we're really going to focus on 4 of them because the global access plan is data only, and I'll briefly go over that one. But again, main focus is on the 4 new plans that we just released. So the global access is for someone outside of the United States who travels a lot and wants data in about 70 plus different countries, actually 73 different countries. And that list is, by the way, always expanding, right? But if you want data on the go and if you're outside of the United States, this is a plan for you. Right. But today we're going to focus on the 4 different plans: the starter, the standard, the limited, and the limited plus plans. So the starter is our $15 plan, but all of our plans actually come with limited calls and texts and no contracts at all, and actually built-in VPN with all of our plans. Even on the starter, you got a built-in VPN, right? And again, this VPN is built within the core. Normally, a product that costs about $10 to $15 by itself, you get it for free with that starter plan. So you get that full privacy built right into your plan. So that's really cool. All of the plans come with mobile hotspot included. They all have unlimited data in them. However, you do get high speed data depending on the plan you choose, right? So a most common plan that people take is the unlimited plan, actually, which is the $40 plan. You get 25 gigs of high-speed data with it. Again, your data is unlimited, but after the 25 gigs, you might get throttled down. Not as bad as other operators do, by the way. So I welcome you to, exhaust that 25 gigs and check out that you can actually still have usable service after that 25 gig. Once we log into the portal, you actually can add a bit of more data into your plan. We have different offerings like travel sims, and we actually added a new feature now where you can actually purchase minutes, right? If you're abroad. So let's say you go down to Mexico, you go to Papa's and Beer, you're buying a couple Pacificos down there, and you run out and you're like, oh my God, I want to call back my family now, right? So with World Mobile, you can pre-purchase a little bit of minutes, right, with your plan, and you can actually call when you're abroad. So we can go over that a little bit later, which is a pretty cool feature that we offer as well. Our top 2 plans actually do offer identity protection, and our Unlimited Plus plan has a 1 million insurance. So for all your crypto bros right here, you have that $1 million insurance for SIM swap protection. So if you really think about it, that's again not offered by anyone in our space. Like privacy to World Mobile is everything. And our personal data is exposed left and right, not only through telecom operators, but is exposed to various different companies now, as you've seen through WhatsApp and many, many, many more cases that you can actually Google and verify for yourself. But if you think about it, like all people need really is your phone number, your carrier, maybe where you live. All that information is normally easily and shared with through your telecom operator, actually, and that right there can allow someone to social engineer your data and you're open to an attack. Normally, these attacks are through SIM swaps and as a matter of fact, my brother-in-law, 3 years ago, got SIM swapped. So it was an insider job, and he lost a lot of money. They drained his entire Coinbase account. He had Bitcoin in there, he had Solana, he had Ethereum in there, and everything is gone. Right? They got SIM swap, he got SIM swap, and they drained all of his cryptocurrency. If he was subscribed to World Mobile, he would have been covered up to $1 million. So that unlimited plus plan really takes care of you if you do have a big bag of crypto, which I'm sure a lot of people watching this will be really excited to see that finally someone in the Web3 space actually is offering that insurance.
I want to stop you right there because as somebody who has actually been a victim of a terrible drain, actually going on 2 years now myself as well, something that I've learned is we need to start investing in our security. Okay. Now, as Clover Notes just explained, yes, it is absolutely great to get these amazing prices when it comes to the actual mobile plan. But when you have $1 million insurance on your assets, which if we're all investing in crypto for the long term, we know that our assets will be valued much more than they are right now. You're protecting yourself by simply purchasing a phone plan. To me, that is innovation. To me, that is why I like to call World Mobile not builders, but pioneers here in Web3. That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's next level, right? I mean, our founder, Mickey Watkins, likes to call this the smartest plan in the United States, like because of all the features and offerings that you get just for $55. Normally, if you go to Verizon, AT&T, whatever, these plans are $80 and above. So yeah, it's truly a value in itself.
Right. And actually, let's go back to the built-in VPN. As you mentioned, let's say the biggest competitor out there, let's see, is NordVPN. Let's just use them as an example. That's what, $15 a month just for the VPN itself, on top of the phone plan that you'd be purchasing. So even let's say we went with the $25 plan, the built-in VPN has already paid for itself right then and there. And again, that is innovation. I have never heard of that. Obviously, not through these legacy companies, but in Web3, I have never seen that before. And again, we need to start thinking about protecting ourselves. As we continue to grow as an industry and continue to mature, there's going to be more and more attacks that happen, especially with all these AI agents, social engineering. So having a built-in VPN is something that we should honestly, it should be a norm for everybody, but it's not, except at World Mobile, which again, that is why I am beyond bullish on all the innovation they are bringing.
Absolutely.
Now, Clover Notes, I know when we had our discussion, you had mentioned something about Premier Rewards. Before we actually take that deep dive into getting yellow pilled, do you mind explaining a little bit more what the Premier Rewards are and how the community can benefit from them?
Yeah, so by subscribing to World Mobile, everyone taps into these Premier Rewards, right? So they're essentially a way for you to get rebates and little discounts by locking our token WMTX to your phone plan. So if you scroll down just a little bit more on this page, you're going to be able to see all the different tiers we have. Keep on going just a little bit more down. Keep on going down, keep on going down. I believe there is 6 available tiers, right? So yeah, this is what sets us apart. That multi-SIM management we talked about, the identity defender, the privacy by design, and the amazing coverage that we have, by the way. So if you keep on scrolling down a little bit more, and then subscribers get more, right? So you get access to exclusive rewards. And these are our premier rewards that every single subscriber can tap into, right? So it, as we talked a little bit about earlier, the blue tier, which is the actual first premier rewards. So if you can see, the blue tier is actually our first reward, right? And actually, it only requires you to lock up 100 WMTX tokens, which I think at market value right now, it's about $5 or $6. So for $5 or $6, right, a single purchase of 100 WMTX tokens, you can actually earn back 2.5% on your mobile plan. So if, for example, you take the $55 plan per month, right? $55. And I'm going to calculate it right here. You're going to have a 2.5% discount, which equates to about, I think it's about $1.37 per month that you get back in WMTX token, right? That could be anywhere between, like whatever the cost of the token is right now, 0.07. You get 2.5% back on your plan, and that goes paid back to you in WMTX every month, right? On top of that, you get access to a bunch of other perks if you move up the tiers, right? So we have the bronze tier, the silver tier, the gold tier, the platinum tier, and the black tier. So the higher up you go, the bigger that discount gets. You can actually get up to 15% back on your mobile plan if you're at the black tier, right? You get priority access to those air nodes. So our air nodes currently sell out in less than 5 minutes, right? So if you want priority access to jump on those air nodes, then you would want one of the higher tiers. Obviously we have a bunch of other perks. For example, we have global travel eSIM cards, right? So we didn't talk about that, but World Mobile offers a travel eSIM card, which is data only. So you go into your account that we went in, and then you can purchase a travel SIM. So we have country specific ones, we have regional ones, we have a global access one that you can purchase, and you get up to like 80 plus countries that you get data in. But if you're actually a subscriber, the silver tier, for example, offers you 1 GB of that data, right? That you can just get for being a World Mobile subscriber. So if, let's say you're a frequent traveler, if you're in the crypto space, you go to different events in Dubai and Consensus, wherever you go, a lot of people travel when they're in the Web3 space. Well, this is a very smart plan, right? So let's say you lock up a little bit of token, you get that travel eSIM plan included, and then now you have data when you are on the go. So you're not only staying private and protected, but you also have data on the go as well.
Wow. Now, again, there are a lot of people in Web3 that go to IRL events. A lot of people travel to Hong Kong, Dubai, so on and so forth. So what you're telling me then is if I were to go to Abu Dhabi for another IRL event, I can actually use my service with the global travel eSIM plan.
Correct. As long as it's one of our supported countries, which I'm pretty sure Dubai is. Yeah, you purchase a travel eSIM plan. You literally scan a QR code, and in 2 seconds, you're going to have that data whenever you go out there.
So not only do I have connectivity when I'm traveling, but I also have a built-in VPN and up to $1 million insurance if I get the unlimited plus plan. So I'm fully connected and secured while traveling. That is what we call alpha.
Yes, sir. And you're earning back on your phone plan depending on the tier that you choose.
Wow, it just the deeper we keep going and the more I keep soaking in all this alpha, the more bullish that I get. And I didn't think that was possible, but it's happening right now live, ladies and gentlemen.
I love it. I love it. Now let's get you switched.
Let's do it. So the moment we've been waiting for is officially here. We have soaked up all the alpha, all the value, and now it's time to take the yellow pill. So let's deep dive and officially join World Mobile. Now, today I will be choosing the standard package, which again comes with unlimited calls and texts 8 gigabytes of high-speed data, a mobile hotspot included, and my built-in VPN with 0 contracts. So we're going to go ahead and select standard plan. Again, standard. We're going to check out. Go ahead and log in. Okay, so because I am porting from my previous carrier, I will be joining from another carrier. So make sure to toggle that. Type in your zip code, the phone number that you are porting over with the actual phone number. Make sure you confirm, select your operating system. So for myself, I will be on iOS. For today's sake, I will be doing monthly at $24. But before we do so, for those of you who are porting from another phone carrier, make sure you hit switch to us first. So we will switch. And once you see this pop up, you can go ahead and put in your information. Make sure you have your porting code available and your account number, which can be accessed through your current carrier. I will go ahead and hit residential. We will hit continue. Again, type in your information. We will complete the switch.
And by the way, Pierre, we're going to make sure to list a well-written article by the amazing Christian Rees that has pretty much almost every single carrier. And it kind of gives you a walkthrough how to actually obtain that port out number because it's different with every carrier.
And I really do appreciate that because, as we spoke about before, I've had some issues getting out my port out information. But again, once you've talked me through it and made me understand the way it works, it's become such a seamless experience. So again, make sure you check out all the information from the article that will be dropped by the legendary Christian and definitely soak up that alpha. So now that the switch is in progress, we will go ahead and close it out. Now, for those of you who are interested in paying with your crypto, because as we spoke about earlier in the episode, World Mobile gives you the option to pay with crypto. So make sure to click on that if that's your choice. Myself, I'm going to pay with USD today. So I will click here. Make sure you accept the terms and conditions. For full transparency, I have already gone through the terms and conditions and I do accept them. And I will be opting into exclusive updates and offers. We'll go ahead and
Pierre, check this out. You got a small little discount because you have more than one line, which we previously signed you up for, which was your personal line. And check this out. You're now paying $23.50 per line because you are getting the family discount. So with the family discount, with anything with 2+ lines, you get $2.50 off. And if you go up to I believe it's 4 lines, you get like $6 off. So you get a couple dollars off when you bundle for your family plans.
And again, community, that is alpha right there. As we deep dove earlier, life-changing money doesn't mean thousands of dollars at one time. But if you can save money on your bills by simply signing on to World Mobile, getting your entire family on the plan, eventually all these savings will pay for the monthly bill in itself. So again, it's about understanding how to, one, save money, obviously, but two, understanding the true value that no other telecom company out there, from legacy companies to any company that we know here in Web3, has offered their customers and their community. So now that I have, again, saved on my phone plan, I'm going to go ahead and finish up on signing up by adding my email, my payment information. I am finishing up putting in my payments information. I am almost done, and we will be officially yellow pilled.
I love it.
And here we go, the moment of truth. Subscribe. I will click here because I am indeed a human. And welcome to World Mobile. So, as y'all can see, you have two options now. You can either secure your account, which means you can KYC, or you can continue without security, which means you can move forward without a KYC. For my personal choice, I like to have my privacy, so I will continue without security. But before we do so, I do want to deep dive just a little bit into some other perks that come for those who do decide to KYC. Do you mind if we dive a little bit into that, Alpha?
Absolutely, yeah. So what's cool with World Mobile that anyone from anywhere can actually take out a plan and stay private without KYCing, right? So there's a couple account perks that do get unlocked if you KYC, obviously. So you're going to have full benefits if you do provide your information, but you don't have to. So for the people that are privacy wary and they want to stay a bit more private, and as Pierre said earlier, pay with crypto, you can actually continue without providing your identification.
And there we go. And again, that is another huge factor on why I love World Mobile. They give you the different options because all of us have different needs as customers. So for myself, again, I will continue without security, which means no KYC, and I will go down to manage my plans. As you can see, my phone number has been ported over. We'll go ahead and go to manage plan, and you can see that my phone number is live. I have my standard plan. Now, I am waiting for the email.
Yeah, so scroll down a little bit while you wait for that email. And let's talk a little bit about all the available add-ons that you have as a customer, right? So if you go over your tethering data, your mobile hotspot, you can actually buy additional data, right? That comes with your phone plan. So if you exhaust your priority data, that a gig that you saw earlier, you can buy additional priority data if you want to. Though once the priority data is exhausted, like I mentioned earlier, World Mobile throttling data is pretty acceptable. I've tested it myself, and you can still do a lot of different things you can do on other carriers. So that's the cool part. But you do have the option to buy additional priority data or tethering data if you wish to. There's also travel call credits, right? So go ahead and click on that. That's actually a newer feature that we currently rolled out here the past 10 days. So this right here actually gives you travel call credits. So if you end up in Japan or Mexico, whatever you go with your family on vacation, and you want to call back home or anywhere else in the world, you can actually pre-buy these call credits. So when you're out and about, you don't have to worry about the crazy roaming charges that legacy carriers do. What normally happens when you end up in these countries, they tell you, welcome to Buenos Aires. You know, your plan now can be used in Buenos Aires, right? And then you come back home and you're slapped with the insane roaming bill, right? And you never knew, right? They never presented you with these rates. But at least with World Mobile, everything's transparent. You can pre-buy it if you want to, and they're very acceptable. You know, with a $10 call credit, I mean, you can read the details yourself, but you can get a lot of minutes. You know, with just $10 for a bunch of other countries, and again, you can pay with crypto.
And again, to all of our amazing audience that is soaking up this alpha, the fact that you're able to pay with crypto, again, it's your choice to be able to move with a little more privacy, but look at all this amazing value that you get. That is, again, something that I personally have never seen with any sort of legacy companies or any companies here in Web3 that provide mobile service, which is, again, why I'm so bullish on World Mobile. And as we were just deep diving into all this amazing alpha, I actually just got a ping that my number has officially been ported over. I received the official email, which means I'm officially a part of the World Mobile community.
Wasn't that an easy process? and fast as well.
Absolutely. And, I just want to talk a little bit about my personal experiences with other companies, not just legacy companies, but here in Web3. When it comes to customer service, I think that is the biggest, most important part of a company that you can have. You can onboard as many people as you like, but if you don't have that customer retention, it's going to be impossible to succeed. For me, customer retention means you listen to your customers. When there are blockers, you are there to assist them. If you have any questions, you are there to answer those questions. I have received all of that since day one, even before today's Alpha Club Spotlight series, even before I made the choice to come over to World Mobile. I was given all the answers to every question that I had. Again, I'm not the most tech savvy person, and I feel like today's experience was seamless from beginning to end. And I do appreciate that wholeheartedly because, again, I feel that is one of the biggest growing pains that we still have here in Web3, and World Mobile is at the forefront of pioneers that are here to bring true value to our entire community.
And that's so appreciative for you to say. It literally melts my heart to hear it from you. I agree. I mean, this is what World Mobile is all about. We put community at the forefront, and it's always people first, and we always lead by example when it comes to that. So I do appreciate you. Like putting your trust in World Mobile, and I'm hoping you're gonna enjoy your plan. So let's go back now. Let's click that back button and let's load that eSIM on your phone.
We're going to the back button and we're going to click on install eSIM. We're going to plan to activate SIM on. So my stand, we're going to click scan QR code. Make sure you have your device ready.
Make sure your device is unlocked, right? And it's has an eSIM support, which, by the way, we'll provide all the links in the description so you can ensure that your phone is unlocked, as well as provides any support. So you don't have to run into any issues.
So right now, I have currently scanned the QR code, and on my device, it's asking me to activate my eSIM. So we will click on activate, and my new eSIM is now activated. So we are clicking on continue.
Let's go.
We are officially yellow pilled.
Let's go. Man, that was a 5-minute process.
Seamless from beginning to end. And I'm sure that if I had any issues along the way, the amazing support staff would be there in a heartbeat.
What I love about this whole entire experience is that you didn't have to provide any of your personal information. You could have went on chain and pay with USDC if you wanted to, right? And stay anonymous in that sense. Now you could have literally had a privacy focused plan within 5 minutes, and the entire process was super seamless. Thank you so much again for being a World Mobile customer.
Thank you. Now, to every single legend that tuned in to today's Alpha Club Spotlight series, I know we dove into all the alpha, how seamless the onboarding experience is, but I need y'all to know this is not the last time that the Saga DAO Alpha Club will be coming together with World Mobile. So here's what we need every single one of y'all to do. Keep those notifications on. Make sure you shoot World Mobile a follow on X. Make sure that you let them know how bullish we are on all the value that they have already brought to Web3 and continue to bring to Web3 and our world as a whole. Clover Nodes, it has been an absolute honor. As I just mentioned, this is not the last time we're going to come together. Now, for all you legends out there, again, make sure to check out our affiliate codes in the descriptions below and go and take your yellow pill as we build World Mobile into the biggest Web3 phone brand that we have ever seen before. Now, on that note, This has been another episode of the Alpha Club Spotlight Series. Again, we are beyond bullish on the legends over at World Mobile. Thank you to Clover Notes for taking the time to sit without today and drop so much valuable alpha. Make sure to keep those notifications on, and we'll catch y'all on the timeline.